Welcome to Crypto Flywheel, podcast where we spin up strategies to turn your digital efforts into unstoppable momentum. Now, let's get that flywheel turning. Well, I'm freezing over here, man.
Wow. This morning I woke up, I needed to put on my jacket. It was so cold inside, even inside the house. I mean, it's really something out here.
Yeah, it is. It's this weather's crazy. I hope it starts warming up soon. The good thing is the roads aren't frozen or anything, so that's a positive sign. As long as we don't get any more rain, we'll be good.
Yeah, I agree. The rain with black ice, man, with the cold temperatures dropping here, especially in Texas. I mean, it's crazy. Anyway,
Yes.
What's going on? How's the markets today? Today, Sunday.
Markets, I guess, are just stagnant. It's still the same, and nothing really is going on.
Yeah.
Actually, the Fed is preparing to sell the U.S. dollar and buy Japanese yen for the first time this century. Did you hear that?
No, say that one more time.
I said New York Fed has already done rate checks, right? So, which is the exact step taken before real currency intervention. So this means the U.S. is preparing to sell dollars and buy yen. So let's say if the Fed intervenes, I think this is how it'll play out. The Fed creates the dollars, right? Sells them and uses those dollars to buy yen. And from that happening, that weakens the dollar and increases global liquidity. And whenever the dollar is intentionally weakened, asset prices usually surge. So anything that you hold in terms of assets, crypto, housing market, everything.
Gold, silver.
Yeah, all that's going to go up. So the yen strength creates short-term risks for crypto.
And why is
Because the yen's, the interest rates on the yen is going up, right? So that's why Japan is dumping the U.S. Treasury, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So when the yen strength creates short-term risks for crypto, but the dollar weakens, and this creates a long-term upside. So the value of the dollar is gonna decrease, and when the yen increases, what happens? That's where that reverse carry trade crap comes in, right?
Yeah.
No, so now, why is this bullish for crypto? I'll tell you why. This is my reasons. This is why I'm thinking. It's because Bitcoin is still well below its 2025 peak. Is one of the few major assets that has not fully repriced for currency debasement. So if coordinated intervention actually happens and the dollar weakens, capital will flow for assets that are still cheap relative to the macro shift, right? So historically, if you look at it, crypto benefits strongly from that environment. So in a nutshell, if this happens, expect.
Yeah, and the worst part about all of this, Digital X, is nobody's paying attention. Everybody's paying attention to what's happening out there on the false flags of ICE shooting on these two people. And that's where the narrative is, right? Like, that's where everybody's focusing their attention on. And we talked about yesterday about uniparty stuff, right? This is a colluded effort in providing some distractions while all of this stuff is happening. And where, as people of this country, or even in the world, nobody's really focused on this. So beware, because that's what the whole show is predicated on, right? We need to make sure that I always say, look through the smoke screen, right? You gotta see what's happening on the other side. Stop being so focused on what's happening in mainstream Minneapolis. All of this stuff has just been created right now. You gotta ask yourself why the theatrics are shown in ICE deployment in Minneapolis. What's all that all about, right? So they're really crashing the dollar and ushering in a new financial system, and nobody's paying attention how to position themselves, and they're going to be left holding the bag. That's what I'm saying. You back?
Yeah. Go ahead. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, no. Did you hear what I don't know? You got kicked off. Did you hear what I said? The last part?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so basically I was saying why is there such a so there's right now a support to what you were saying is this.
Mhm.
All of this stuff is happening. You're absolutely right. The dollar is being destroyed or debased, and other things are happening financially and ushering in a new financial system. And yet people are so focused. And you asked me why I'm so focused on what everybody else is worried about. I'm saying that that's where this crypto flywheel is all about. We need to create awareness for our listeners that we need to position yourselves or ourselves. So we need to know that we need to look through that smoke screen, stop going and focusing on what mainstream media is doing, because they're creating this. People are setting themselves up to be like peacefully protesting, and all of this stuff is, yeah, that's fine. That's all right. Yes, I get it. But what is that going to do for us as a nation? It's not really doing anything when a few people are doing something and they're deploying theatrically ICE to kill people and hold them and, deflect that attention over that way while they're doing, crashing our dollar and, creating all of this new financial system, and nobody's aware of it. So that's kind of what I was getting at.
What would your options be?
Options being what we talk about, like, hey, you need to focus on yourselves. We need to position ourselves for what's really happening behind the scene, which is what the Federal Reserve, the financial systems, the authorities of the financial world are doing. They're positioning themselves to bring in a new financial system, monetary system. So the ecosystem that's facilitating that are the ones that we talk about all the time in all our episodes, especially the 8-part series. I keep saying it. And it's not financial advice. It's just a 35,000 foot view into what's happening and the fundamentals of the financial system and the infrastructure.
So would your other option be to move to Saudi Arabia like you wanted yesterday?
No, I didn't want that. You asked if I wanted to, invest in Saudi Arabia. And I said that wouldn't be a bad idea. So again, that's a real asset, tying it back to what we're doing. Hard assets are always better than holding paper assets, right?
Yeah, talking about Saudi Arabia, rumors out there, there's rumors out there that stating that Saudi Arabia is investing $100 billion of its oil and minerals wealth into silver as silver surpasses $100 per ounce for the first time in history.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, what
27% actually.
Yeah, what does this say? If true, when oil money starts flowing into silver, something is breaking the system, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, petrodollars actually, their trust in the petrodollar system is decreasing, right? So what they're doing is their oil revenues that they have from Saudi Aramco, they're allocating 27% to silver and metals, precious metals. Mm-hmm. So specifically silver. So that's a telltale sign that there's a trust going down from, the petrodollar. So take it for what it's worth. I mean, they're not the only country, like our Reserve Bank of India has been stockpiling 200 billion rupees worth of silver every year for the past 3 years, and China has openly been buying gold and silver, and 60% of the silver is being refined in China. So this all is correlated, especially with what Trump did with Greenland. That was just a way to slow down what's happening or hedge against that risk of refining the silver and silver flowing back and forth between U.S. and London and the Far East and Shanghai. So all of this stuff is correlated. All of this stuff is really happening in real time, and we're not even aware of it. Most people and most Americans are not aware of it.
So do you suggest that people diversify into what type of assets? What is your recommendation in terms of percentage-wise allocation? What is your recommendation so our audience can know, hey, maybe I can do this, or maybe that's a good idea?
Well, I wouldn't be able to give a percentage allocation because I'm not a financial advisor. So that being said, I would say having a diverse portfolio in these metals, if you can get your hands on them, yeah, and that too physical, not paper. That would be one area. But then what's more easily accessible right now are the ISO 20022 coins and tokens. Specifically, you yourself gave it a nugget, literally, and pun intended, a golden nugget or silver nugget, in that you can go for QNT, which is quant, or XRP, which is severely undervalued. All of this stuff is very, I would say, and it's not financial advice, a safe bet right now, because the financial system, money is going to move regardless of what's happening outside, whether it be psychological operations or false flags. Everything's going to happen in mainstream media, and they're covering all of that. But what we need to focus on is how positioning ourselves to reap the rewards of the new system. And that's what they're ushering in quietly behind the scenes through the smoke. Right. So that's where I wouldn't put any percentages on it, but, you can figure that out yourself as an investor, allocating and diversifying.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, that's very important information. Also, I wanted to add to what you were saying. Diversifying into your digital assets. Actually, you can benefit better from that diversification through crypto asset yields. So I can give you some examples of some coins and tokens that you can make yield from. And when you hear about the amount of return that you're getting, you're going to be amazed. You're going to say, hey, why am I leaving money in the bank here? So one of the coins or tokens that actually generates a decent amount of yield is AXLR. AXL. This can give you anywhere from 7 to 13%. It all depends on a monthly. Every month is different depending on the need and how many people are staking into that node. So you can get anywhere from 7 to 13%. So imagine, even if you're having, let's just say, I'm always going to give a roundabout number so you could understand. Let's say you invested $100,000 into AXLR and you're staking that, receiving 7 to 13% yield. You have to understand that 7 to 13% yield, if the value of 100,000 stays at $100,000, would generate you $7,000 to $13,000 a year. But let's just say these are all appreciating assets. Let's just say that asset 5x's, $500,000. Whatever you've invested into that staking protocol goes up to $500,000 in value. Then you times that 7 to 13%. So let's just do the bottom number, 7%, which is really good return on yield. 7 times 5, you're on that $100,000 investment, you're generating $35,000 a year. So just like that, we have another coin. It's called DAG, D-A-G. It's Constellation Networks DAG. That generates anywhere from 11 to 15% in yield per year. XRP on Doppler Finance is currently, if you stake that with them, will generate you 3.5% yield, which is not bad because all these assets that I'm describing are all going to be appreciating assets. So, and then we also have Flare. It's a Flare network. The token ticker symbol is FLR. This, when it deployed, when it was released, each month, there was a monthly yield that gave you anywhere. It's a monthly yield. This is not yearly. So when Flare initially dropped, Flare did a 36 monthly distribution, which is scheduled to end January 30th, 2026. So this is end of this month. So each month the yield dropped because more participants started participating as each month went by. So Flare's total distribution that they were going to distribute out to individuals that were staking into their protocol, total distribution was going to release 24.3 billion Flare tokens as rewards to participating individuals. So, these are things that you can receive and make passive income, or you could leave it in there, and when it appreciates, you can actually make a great increase in your investment. So then we have QNT, which is called quant. We spoke about that several times before. There's yield coming soon. So remember we talked about the bring your own node, BYON. This will allow you to earn yield with QNT. So that's not here yet, but it's going to happen soon, this month, end of this month or next month. So once that happens, that value of that asset is going to go up too, because a lot of them is going to be locked up, right?
Yep. So Digital X, this is our for our listeners, we're talking about stuff that we're doing as well, right? So this is the stuff that we're doing, and it's not far from these staking protocols that we're doing and offering our holding to and lending out to and to the protocol. Is not only is it just very legitimate protocols, they also at some point or another, they're also involved in the financial systems as well. Be it XRP, be it a bridging or whatever functionality that they have. So it's not these protocols they're not fly by night. They're not going to be here one day, gone tomorrow kind of protocols. That being said, DAG is not one of those. DAG is, Department of Defense protocol constellation, right? I believe, Digital X?
Yes.
Yeah, so that one, it's still very legitimate technology. Again, directed acyclic graph. That's a really good project as well. Severely undervalued right now because of what's happening. And all of these things, like Digital X just said, has appreciation potential. X, whatever it may be, but still, it's going to be way higher than what it is right now. Once everything evolves and the system, our new financial system, is in place. Right?
I mean,
this new technology evolves.
It only makes sense because you have your dollar sitting in your bank, or even earning 0.0025% interest in your savings account, while the inflationary percentage is going down, the value of the dollar is going down. So you're not making anything on your dollar, even if you.
In fact, you're paying into it. You're actually paying a fee for keeping your dollars in the bank and letting them make yield on it, right? So, and you're not getting anything for it. So why not just take that money? I mean, this is not financial advice, like I said, but think about it from a common sense standpoint. You take your money, instead of sitting in there and its value going down, take that money, hold it in your own wallets, your own cold storage wallets, and then generate a yield, whether it be 3.5% or 15%. It's still much more than what you'd be getting if you're leaving it in a uninsured bank account. They say that the FDIC is an insurance, but if you look at the publicly available information on their websites, you'll see that it's 0.02% is what they have in their insurance reserves. So they're not really even insuring your money that's in the savings accounts. So take that for what it's worth. Do your own research, understand that you're where you can make money, and that's what we're trying to show you. I mean, it's just education. This is not financial advice.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to ask you, did you hear about that 40-year-old American climber, Alex Honnold?
No. Who's that?
He successfully completed his climb up the Taipei 101 building in Taiwan. He reached the top of the tower in an hour and 31 minutes and 30 seconds, whatever, right? But the building is 1,667 feet tall, making it the tallest building in the world. That's crazy, right? Can you imagine how tight his core must be in order to make that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He didn't have any ropes or anything, no harnesses, nothing. It was just solo. I mean, it was bare, just climbing,
Climbing what? Where and how?
Taipei building. Taipei, Taiwan. They have that Taipei 101 building. It's like the 11th tallest building in the world.
Okay. Well, that's just FYI kind of,
I mean, I mentioned it because I know you like to climb. So.
Well, here's something that's related to what we're talking about. Have you ever heard of the peanut butter manifesto?
No. What are you doing with peanut butter?
It's not something that I did. It's something that our Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple generated back in 2009. It's an internal memo that he created regarding how thinly Yahoo at the time he was the senior vice president, and
He was the CEO of Yahoo. No, wasn't he the CEO of Yahoo?
No, he was never the CEO. He was the senior vice president of Yahoo.
I thought he was
in
CEO
product.
of Yahoo.
No, that's misinformation, I think. I'm not sure. I don't think he was ever a CEO. I think he left Yahoo because of differences of opinion, especially after he created the Peanut Butter Manifesto, where he said that Yahoo was spreading themselves thin, literally with like a peanut butter is spread it across a bit of bread. So that's why he referred to it as a peanut butter. They were going into too many different areas, right? In too many different areas where they were spreading themselves thin. And that's what led to the ultimate collapse of Yahoo. Like, right now they're a shell of a company right now. So he was always focused on that, and that's how effectively when he moved on from to AOL as president there, and then he went to Silver Lake Partners, and then eventually joined Ripple as the COO, and that's why their focus, Ripple's focus has always been inclusion and regulatory inclusion, making sure that they did everything through the proper channels, right? So that they were in compliance and regulations, and they have always worked with partnerships and being very, transparent in what they did in their operations. That's why Ripple and XRP are a very strong ecosystem where everybody's got full confidence in them. So that's what the whole Peanut Butter Manifesto thing was about.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So here we are. So now, in 2016, Garlinghouse moved into the CEO. He was promoted to being the CEO of Ripple, and he goes out there, does the marketing, so to speak, and partnerships, and has built an ecosystem with full confidence and regulatory compliance, while Schwartz and Larson and those and McCaleb and all built the technology that was visionary, right? So so that's what our listeners need to comprehend, that we talk about this because we need to everyone to understand that this is not going anywhere. This is the future of finance.
Yes, important point, Professor. So you have anything else, or want to call it?
Nope, that's it for me today. I think I'm gonna go and get myself some hot cocoa and get my cuddle up in front of the fireplace.
Okay, sounds good. So go ahead and flywheel out of here, Professor.
Well, to our audience again, please comment and engage, ask questions so that we can answer them in the comment section or even in subsequent episodes. So with that, the Crypto Flywheel is signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.